If for some reason you're a Wolfpack fan,
Yeah.
and you're not a Duke or a Carolina fan,
I feel sorry.
and you live in North Carolina,
Well, I did.
we don't know what the hell's wrong with you.
No, we're gonna take the crown this year again.
We're gonna take the crown?
Again.
We'll see about
Can we
that.
lift some weights, please?
Yeah,
Let's go lift some
weights.
weights.
So we're going to do a variation of the seated low row that's a supinated or underhand grip and a wide grip. It's probably going to be this guy right here. And I like this for really hitting the lower lat insertion point again. That's the theme of the day. We love insertion.
Do you want to, speaking of insertion, do you want to talk about tool selection here? We got a bunch to pick from, so like, what's the difference?
So for overall lat development, I believe that it's really important to alternate your grips as well as how wide you're gripping the bar on your different row variations. So here at the Fitness Factory, we're lucky enough to have a huge variety of handles. So for the seated low row, for example, you'll see a lot of people use this, which is a closed grip attachment, which is great, but you don't want to neglect that wider grip as well as using that underhand and even overhand variation, because this is what you would call a neutral grip. You're sort of up and down. But when you use an attachment like this, for example, we can do an overhand grip, we can do an underhand grip, and all of these are going to hit the lats from slightly different angles. So you want to make sure you vary your grip when you do rows. On your pull downs, don't be afraid to vary your grip as well. So what we're going to do here is a narrow grip pull down instead of the classic sort of shoulder width or wide grip that a lot of people do. And I like this because I can get a much stronger contraction at the bottom part of the movement. So that's what we're going to use today, especially since we went wide on our seated low row. Generally what I like to do on most back days, I'll do a pull down and a low row, and usually I'll use the opposite grip variation between the two movements, sort of make sure I maximize muscle fiber recruitment in the lats. So the next movement we're going to do is chest supported dumbbell rows. And with this, we use 3 different grip variations. So we'll do an overhand grip for the first 5 reps, a neutral grip for the next 5, and then finally an underhand or supinated grip for the final 5. So it's 15 total reps. And we'll do 3 sets of 15 reps with the 3 different grip variations. So with this, the reason I like to do the different grip variations is your back. I mean, it's a large muscle group, and hitting it from as many different angles as possible is what's going to result in the most muscle fiber recruitment, which means you're going to tear down the most muscle during your workout, which means you're going to build the most amount of muscle during recovery. So that's why we use different grip variations. Also, you want to make sure you go light enough that it's a weight you can control and actually pull with the lat, and make sure you're not engaging the biceps and the other auxiliary muscles as much. So with this, you know, I'm only using 50-pound dumbbells, which, you know, doesn't look that crazy, but that's what I'm able to recruit the most amount of muscle with and make sure I'm pulling with my lats. When we start it, we're going to start with overhand because that's generally where you're going to be the most strong. So I always like to start with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll switch to neutral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then finally underhand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. So you can do this with a barbell or like an easy curl bar, or you can do it with dumbbells. And this might be, I think this will work, at least for me. You got long arms. So you just curl like this, and the idea is that you're isolating the biceps by letting your arm hang more so than if you were standing and you could sort of swing your arm. So if you struggle with having delts that take over like I do, it's a great movement to help isolate your biceps. You can do them 2-arm. It's a spider curl. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that episode of the vlog. We do need to get much better at shooting endings to our vlog episodes. But big takeaways from that particular session with Greg is the best way to make sure that you're maximizing muscle fiber recruitment in the lats is to vary your grip on the different row movements. So that can be an overhand, right? A neutral, or an underhand grip variety. And I like to incorporate all three of those in each of my back training sessions. So until next time, guys, please make sure you provide any feedback, and any comments that you have below would be fantastic to help me make sure that I'm providing value for you moving forward. And as always, if you enjoy what we're putting out, please, please, please be sure to subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at I am Dave Hurt, and you can follow Greg at Made in Charlotte Media. Until next time, love you guys. Peace.